Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
All good.
A world devourer.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're already back with more NADPC action. I know our first series has concluded, an exciting one of Evil Geniuses versus Sad Boys, but we have plenty more awesome NA Dota here before you as we get to witness now the debut of Quincy crew as they take on 5-man Midas, who did make their debut already earlier this week. They did fall a bit short going against Black and Yellow, but these guys are not ones to sleep on. They have some skills, and they did take off one game against Black and Yellow, and they look like they're trying to fight to get that middle of the pack so they can stay alive and stay in the upper division. On the other side, gentlemen, Quincy crew, we're expecting them to be one of the best, if not the best in this region, so they need all of these, quote, easy wins so that they can ensure a top 2 spot and go to the major. So here we are, Suns fan. It's an OD first pick, but do you have any sort of thoughts about this matchup first and foremost, Quincy versus 5-man Midas?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of brought up some of the basics, but Quincy crew, I agree. They were clearly the #1 team for quite a while EG was just not playing. And now that EG's back, that's going to be a really hype match eventually, Quincy crew versus EG. But it feels like in the last couple months, Quincy crew have kind of, I don't want to say they've dropped off completely, but they've dropped off a bit based on where they were originally, which is good for this region because now you're going to see a lot more closer games. But Yawar is my boy. One of my favorite players. One of the I've heard so many bad.
Was he playing on a team that you may have owned or something?
I wasn't gonna mention it, but now that you do, yes, he was on our very first roster for DC. One of the cuddliest. I really like you are, and I was actually shocked at the time to hear that he was so toxic in pubs. I'm like, that can't be the same person because he barely even speaks to me. He's so shy. But well, he's grown a lot. He's gotten a lot better at Dota as well. Not that he wasn't good back then, but great guy. Love him.
I think a lot of we read a lot on Reddit of like playing evil Sumail, and he just like pivoted on the personality. So he's like trying that out for a while. And so he was trying to be toxic in pubs, but really like behind the scenes, he's like a really cuddly guy. PPD, Mason, these kind of eccentric types, very similar. Very. So why are you laughing at Shannon?
I would use PPD as cuddly for sure. Mason as well.
Absolutely.
I've been a.
What are you going for, Jenkins?
Team back.
What do you mean? What am I going for?
What word would describe you? Visceral, perhaps?
I can't.
Festered?
No, I can't use the words that would describe me on stream. It wouldn't make it PG. Is the problem here?
That's unfortunate.
Sorry, Dakota. I just didn't mean to bring you in between this. Here.
No, it's all good. Give you a shellacking later, I guess. As
shellacking. Come on.
I wanted to get in on the Yawar praise train a bit and just mention how I remember way back when he was playing with Sumail on Root Gaming. This is so far back in the day when they were first breaking into the scene. It was like a wonderful brotherly duo of Yawar playing core and Sumail playing mid. It's unfortunate that they haven't been able to be on the same team really ever since then. But I'm right there with you. Yawar had always been like a soft-spoken one to kind of put his work in the game. Then kind of was getting, a bit rambunctious in the pub scene a bit, but let's see if he can take Quincy crew off into a top-seeded spot and maybe into a playoff position at the majors. Here as they pick up the Coddle Void Spirit duo, which we've already seen earlier today. The Coddle itemization from Snake King we didn't get to talk much about, but not one I've even seen much of, having to get Urn and Yules. He's picking up these items where you want Coddle to be in the middle of the fight, but you don't because he's a Coddle. He's gonna die in the front lines, but you need Urn charges, you need to use Yules. It was a little awkward, but it was great to see him get so much farm.
The problem was there just wasn't really any fighting happening. And if it was just desperation fights. So I feel like Coddle's the type of hero, a lot due to the fact that he just completely lacks stuns and the fact that like there are people around. So if you take a lead, you can do this crazy map control, dominate the map sort of thing. So when he's behind, like it really looks bad, which is why it seems like, Quincy crew still first phasing it despite it looking bad in so many games. I feel like it's just the nature of the hero is all.
Earth Spirit, another one of those heroes that we didn't see at all picked or banned, and a lot of it has to do with Puck being banned first too a lot. But I looked through some of the games, especially with 5-man Midas, they still like Earth Spirit apparently without Puck, but we're not seeing it thus far today at all.
Would you
Witch
say
Doctor's
that,
also still in the pool here for Quincy Crew.
Would you say that Quinn is the best mid laner in this region
10
right now?
seconds remaining.
Because you got some big mid laners,
5 seconds remaining.
you know, in this
I mean,
region already.
Abed was pretty freaking good last game.
Abed, yeah. Other than Abed, I would say Quinn is definitely the guy to lane against
Team pick.
for practice. If you want to get shellacked, you go up against CC&C here, or Quinn. Quinn's also a really good player. Both CC&C and Quinn.
Speaking of shellacking, are you expecting to see one today?
I would guess so. I think
10 seconds
definitely
remaining.
5-man Midas. They're the Godzilla in this situation.
5
Quinn
seconds
Cruz
remaining.
more the King Kong, where they're gonna probably, fight them with shitting on them in this sort of situation.
Let's talk about that movie for a moment. So this
Oh
is
no,
one
I'm
issue-
sorry, Dakota. I'm
This
so
is-
sorry.
This is one issue I have with some of these movies. Like, you have a
Radiant
clear
team
quote-unquote
pick.
villain and a clear heroine, or whatever you want, a hero, right? Hero is the gorilla. Why can't it ever end in tragedy where the gorilla loses and Godzilla wins? Why can't evil never prevail? It's too predictable.
If
change
they
it
have
up,
a
then-
sequel in mind, they can leave it hanging.
10
Well,
seconds.
we don't know yet.
They're gonna leave it hanging, and neither of them die, and that movie sucks ass. Well, it's gonna suck ass no
5
matter what. So
seconds
anyway,
remaining.
Bloodseeker now back in the fray.
So
Used
speaking
to
of
be
that,
a
we
really
got
good
Bloodseeker. I love that segue.
One toxic topic to another, but Blood right into the old Coddle ult was really good. Now you have to buy a shard to do it, but I mean Coddle does get pretty farm, so could end up being some sort of a combo, I suppose.
For the record, you have to get an Ags, not a shard. The shard will give him the healing
that's right.
blast,
Yeah, that's
which
That shard sucks, man. That shard
yeah,
sucks.
it's like late game if you have the extra money and you feel like you're pushing it during the daytime. Otherwise, it's kind of garbo. Mars though comes out first time for the day,
Okay,
prominent
okay.
offlaner.
That's interesting. That means OD is going to be in a very likely non-offlane position, which
10
we are
seconds
not
remaining.
super used to seeing. I mean, this is the region for it, but even
5
still, it's like
seconds
1 in
remaining.
every 4 games you see OD in a non-offlane position. It really feels like that offlane role fits him. But Mars, I don't know. The Mars mid, I've not been super sold on. I've seen Mars position 5. Actually, Quincy Crew has ran that, having SVG or LOA or whatever he calls himself now. Some 3-letter combination. He'll play that sometimes, but it's okay.
What does that stand for? Anybody know?
Lord of Avernus. No, I really don't know.
Radiant
It used to be that
team
to me,
pick.
at least.
Yeah, that's what people call them in Dota 1.
But
Yeah.
that is an official name change. He is no longer
Terrible
SVG.
choice.
He's
Just
LOA.
terrible.
That's not our thing to decide, Suns fan. You can.
Well-
If he wins and he's on interview, I'll make sure you ask him what that's about.
I mean, why did you change your name from SVG Classic to
10
just
seconds
awful
remaining.
LOA? Why? That's gonna be awkward.
What was the V
5 seconds
lowercase
remaining.
previously?
No,
Okay,
it was all
we'll see.
uppercase as far as I remember.
Now this is going to get confusing. I'm going to think he's a different gentleman because now there's a lowercase involved. So
All right,
he should have thought of that, but we could talk to him later, maybe if they
we'll
do.
talk
end up
to him
winning.
later. Make sure that his identity is not
Radiant
getting
team
mistaken
back.
because of that lowercase O check.
Alchemist.
Oh,
Okay, whoa! I see.
my man Midas.
I
The
see you
namesake
there.
coming out.
All right. That is interesting. All right, with an OD. Huh, bit greedy. Bit greedy, boys. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of greed here.
10 seconds
How
remaining.
do you feel about this?
I mean, is there any Alchemist game where it's not greedy? That's his whole
5
point.
seconds.
The whole
That's
point of the
true.
hero. The lore
That's
of the hero
true.
is greed. His skill is literally Grievel's greed.
Oh, you're selling me here on it. I think 5-Man Midas got this one.
Unless you think this is some sort of new meta stuff, they continue to make these kind of funny changes to Alchemist that always kind of put the idea of what if we brought him back as a 4 position and
Dire
used
team
concoction as a ability again.
I
I
love
would
it.
have put it
Radiant
past
team
5-Man
back.
Midas as a team to be like, let's pull out something crazy. We're going against Quincy Crew, but you could be right. Could be just the old Alchemist we come to remember and know, and they're trying to pull a fast one on us.
I mean, I've been on record many times saying I actually like Alchemist as a hero. I just wish that they would finally morph
10
him into
seconds
what he
remaining.
should be, which is a support that gives ags to people. He's a
5
giving
seconds
hero.
remaining.
I want to see that as a priority as opposed to, oh, I've already gotten 8 items. All right, I guess I'll start farming some ags for my team. Because now you give an ags to your team, they get a refund for the gold. It's actually really strong if you end up going for that and are able to actually afford some of that.
Question: do you think
Yes.
Alchemist should be able to give a shard?
I think you can. I think any hero can do that right now, unless they nerfed it. Maybe it was a bug. If you move a shard with a courier onto a hero, when it was first added, you could give shards to other people.
Yeah, that doesn't. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I'd be shocked. Should he, based on his lore? Yes. Depends on how the shard is manufactured. Is it a piece of Aghanims?
I think alchemists should be able to throw the little goblin guy that's on his back at people.
That would be a cool rework of the ultimate. It's just this little goblin guy that gets attached to your back. He just gnaws at you.
Yeah, there he is.
Rabid nature.
And that was a fun session of if we ran Valve in Dota 2. But fortunately, we're stuck with the old Alc as it is.
Having said that, Like and Bite was put in, Coddle Guy. So
fair enough.
Ice Frog listens. Get something in.
And he notes, watches.
Yes. Indeed.
Ogre's here. He's going to make his second appearance of the day, just in our previous game in the hands of PPD here. Going to help in juicing up maybe your Bloodseeker a bit, taking up some of the early laning harassment a bit. Fighting for the runes also obviously now a bit of priority because you have the Alchemist on the other team. It's good to have people who can kind of contest said runes. Ogre being one of them.
Dire team pick.
Okay, they actually do. I was going to say, are they actually just going to pick their support last? And I guess it is. So it is core OD, which I assume will be mid lane with Alchemist safe lane. And from the other side, so if it's going to be OD mid,
10 seconds
I guess you're picking a carry here regardless, right? Because Void Spirit, Bloodseeker, likely either the 2 or the 3 swapping.
People play the Bloodseeker carry now with Gleipnir and the Shard.
Gleipnir.
Yeah, so that's what I said, Gleipnir.
Gleipnir.
So let's see what's coming out here during Suns fan with this last pick.
What's good against OD? Something like a Viper, like a lane dominator?
Drow Ranger.
Drow Ranger. Classic.
Okay.
Ranged hero. You beat OD's ass in the lane. You'll probably
take it in a classic.
Now, it's going to be easy to favor Quincy crew because they're more experienced and they have a lot of skill, gentlemen. I understand that, but based on the draft performance, what do you got? Game number 1, Suns.
I would really appreciate if Jenkins would stick to his vow and not copy
come on, stop asking him first,
I will
please.
be asking Quincy crew for game number 1.
Come on! All right. I actually think this is a really good Drow game. I think Drow kites all of these heroes quite nicely, and they have some nice protection for it. And so I'm going to go for Quincy crew here. If you had asked me first, I would have said that and would have copied.
Shocker.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. Thank you, gentlemen. Let's send it over to a quick break, and when we come back, it's on to Lyrical and Trent to bring you the coverage of game number 1.
Prepare for battle.
Well, it depends. In the old times, I think that. Oh no, he was always the good guy. Yeah, you're right. Even against like Mothra and them.
The next label play. The next label play.
You need to work on your skill.
Like us.
Oh, hello everybody, all you fine people out there. Dota 2 continuing on. We've lost 1, but Trent, we're gonna remain strong together. It's 5-man Midas though versus Quincy crew. How you feeling?
Great. I'm ready for this one as we move forward here into the North American Dota sphere, and first time seeing Quincy crew. They're going to be making their rounds here. Pretty solid lineup that they've found themselves with here.
I think so. You know, the Bloodseeker to me is always a little bit awkward and funky and weird, just as a hero. But it is Leslau, which I'm sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. I gotta have a good Spanish accent, but always the best. Not always the best. But regardless, we have a movement up. 4 people from 5-man Midas, all trying to head up towards the north side and see if they can find somebody.
Yeah, I think It's gonna be hanging out here for a little bit, and the alchemist rears his ugly head once more. Now I have to say, I heard them say something about throwing the goblin dude on his back. That is alchemist, all right. You guys want to complain about lore? That's him up there. All right.
That is a good point. Holy crap, you're super right.
Yeah. So don't go throwing your hero, because then you're gonna die. You know that HP bar down there? That's alchemist. It's not actually the ogre.
True.
He's a very, very tanky alchemist.
He's taken over his life. I should also mention, I said Spanish accent, but I realize it's Portuguese, which is why I'm even worse at trying to pronounce it. But regardless, MSS and him are going to be heading down bottom here, spamming on out those blood rights in what is still going to be a very annoying situation for him. We'll see if Shu can keep the pressure off a little bit, because it's definitely going to be necessary, as spam is there.
Top 5 gamer tags of all time, by the way, just Shu.
It's good.
Big fan of Mr. Shu here, so thank you.
True. Yeah, I think
the
that
Doze gamer, Doze reborn. Oh man, he's been on some serious stacks here. I like it.
Cool. Well,
next label,
at least so far in the early goings, we get a little bit of the all chat going out there as MSS is going to be chased away for the moment, and does queue up another one of those blinding lights, or rather illuminates, but it's a lot of pressure. You know, he doesn't even need to necessarily take that impetus. He can just sort of run down MSS a bit.
Yeah, this is very good advice if you guys find yourself versus a Keeper of the Light in a similar situation. They have this ward by the tower that Shu placed down. Lets you know which side of the lane the Call is trying to be a sneaky jerk on and blasting out all these illuminates, right? And well, MSS also just gonna be like, I know you're following me, all right? I'm just gonna set it behind. Oh, if he gets punished, this is really nice.
Can't quite get there. Still very nice, and that's going to be a salve up afterwards.
Yeah, it wasn't very expensive for what they got out of that. And the mid lane here is you're looking 10-4 versus the 3-0. I hear this Quinn guy's pretty good.
You know, it's something that we didn't really talk a lot about. I always feel weird talking to, you know, mid players about other mid players to some extent. But Quinn has sort of stood out for me for a while as like just an incredibly talented mid player, and I feel like I'd almost take him over anybody else in the world at this point. Dude is like super freaking good, and showing off his skills here already. RRL is definitely gonna have a tough time, and of course it's just like an OD against somebody that has a Quelling Blade.
Yeah, when you're at like 0 mana like this, like, yeah, there you go. He got one there. The old proc. Kind of gets something working with the Astrals.
Oh, snowball save up top. LOA wants to get the chase down and the beat down. Monster almost enough there for the kill, but can't quite connect. Of course, the panel talked about it. LOA, SVG, changed his names around just to make you all confused.
Where are you going?
Thank you, LOA, for making things simple. Lelis on the run down here, and we'll just hold fast there to force the illuminate as well as block the camp. So they don't want to give anything over, and now the D-ward down here. MSS finds the sentry, but they also got his block in the camp. So there you go.
All right, fine and dandy. Yeah, and it's so far, at least bottom, looked like Lies has been able to dodge a lot of that early pressure that's coming his way. Still getting some like decent CS in this one. It's mainly just a mid lane where things are definitely a little bit rough for RRL right now. As he is getting doubled up in both last hits and denies at this point in the game. But Shu chased down by MSS. Can he find the angle? Oh, thinking about it. That blinding light tries to go, cancels the salve. Very frustrating.
Oh, blinding light the whole game.
Get out of here, Trent. I don't want to hear it. It's hard for me to deal with, you know, change.
I mean, they got rid of the spell. I don't know why Illuminate became blinded light to as you are. Oh, they got him. The first blood. Unexpected, shocking turn of events in this game.
All right.
As they now lead. They currently lead. Shu, do not die, I swear.
Well, we know
There's
he won't.
Massive lead right now for 5-man Midas.
We know he's not going to die to a blinding light, but the illuminate, look out! Oh, it comes through, and MSS gets the touch. Ooh, there it is. Quick and easy.
They have the touch of gold, but
True. All the way up top. Trying to get a little bit of the walk down now onto Monster. Eggster's being that sort of just bulwark in front of the Mars to make sure he doesn't get brought down. But
Right, they're both doing the same thing, you know.
basically,
Tuscan Ogre. Similar life here. I think this game is going to reach a rather awkward stage for 5-man Midas when like OD finishes the Meteor Hammer and Al just wants to be farming a little bit, where there's going to be so much pressure on Monster with these arenas.
My path leads to riches.
Ooh, nice pull here from Aikster. They've zoned out the LOA. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
damn dude, that's a huge stack.
Get in there.
That's really nice. Can anybody
Of
come
course, he
and
did
see
get the punish by sneaking the full around for that bounty room. So well done by LOA.
Very well done. Well, Illuminate, Q up, RL, going to take damage, and will end up falling. Snowball not quick enough there for the save from Aikster.
I mean, could that have gone any better for Quinn? Like, he dodged out the Illuminates. Simulate there. He had all his spells, I'm pretty sure. He didn't even have to, like, miss it because he was trying to juke some of the dodges of the saves. Just a little bit too clean there from the old Void Spirit of Quinn.
Been very, very good for sure. It's the way that you want to do it. They're connecting the side pole.
That stack completely living up here because the State of Tormentor's in there. So it's not, with the Tusk leaving especially, there's no way Monster could really do much about this thing.
Right.
So there's just a giant battle of creeps killing wave after wave here. And oh, there's the big one there.
No.
God's Rebuke.
Able to take that at least. And Monster looking for an angle right now. I think he might actually be able to come close to finishing this one if they, like, I don't know, bring one more in the area with Aikster possibly. But not doing it as of yet. You can just save it a little bit longer if you want, but Yawar so far has had a relatively free game on this Drow. It's kind of all you could hope for, I think, out of this Drow Ranger at this point.
Yeah, since his death hasn't been all too bad. Meanwhile, Lies, though, has just left the lane because the Bloodseeker's starting to get levels. He's going to be 6 soon, and he does not want to be anywhere near that. And there's way more value in the jungle, especially if you can get these stacks to start occurring, which Lies already pretty pleased about that. Unfortunately for him, though, MSS making a mess of things too here. But
dude, they're bringing Quinn.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He might live.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to try and sneak stack at the same time. So this is a good answer, like having one of these heroes that can come into the jungle and either contest the stacks or take them themselves with MSS.
And they've actually had vision over Lies that whole time too, with this ward that's the jungle. So they know which direction he's headed. They know what he was up to, but they took the better trade on that stack that was there.
True.
And there's the hammer done pre-8 minutes as we have this no boots Meteor Hammer. You guys have probably seen this quite a bit lately. But if the stacks are all taken by your OD, and he's gonna try and hit one onto the Void Spirit here, but he went too early.
Wow. Does not quite connect, and it seems, I mean, it's a really hard one to hit when you've got Dissimulate on the Void Spirit, like really difficult to combo. But regardless, SS is going to rotate, go up towards the top side of the map, try and pressure them back. At least for now, it's just like super AFK mode for Lies. That just sort of feels like it's the state of the game, but he is top of the CS charts right now for an Alchemist. That's pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of the Battle Fury build, so looks like that's exactly what Lies will be continuing here.
Oh my god.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was pretty hype. Oh man, he pays for it, but they got the courier.
Oh my dude, 5-man couriers was a mistake. All right, that's all I'll say.
Why is that? Tell me why.
Because people just don't care about them anymore. Before, the courier was watched by everyone on the team.
Yeah.
Because you were so scared that your courier was going to die and everyone would scream at you.
Right.
And now couriers are just falling left, right, and center.
It's really true. It's like there was a sort of social cost to the team if your courier ends up dying, and now it's just like, well, it's only me. Whatever. If it happens, it happens. I don't need to look
like
at it.
Fodder now. I tell you. Oh. Wards have never been so valuable as now. People don't care about the couriers. They give away their position constantly with deep wards. Just put your wards down and spot the couriers.
RL.
Anyway, OD's gone on.
He tried to hit that Meteor Hammer mid just freehand. It didn't connect, obviously. But they're bringing a lot of numbers over here for this one, which is eventually going to be turned back in towards pressuring the tower as Drow dies. In the meantime, the first arena used by Monster as they left the lane with Drow. Some really good plays right here from 5-man Midas.
Yeah, this is his game. Monster, like, I don't think it's easy, but I think he has to do so much in this match that he's like their big hope while they wait for this alchemist.
Well,
and you get another sack off during all this. Oh, but the barrier got taken right under his nose by MSS.
Very frustrating, I'm sure. They smoked up on Quincy crew trying to find Monster down bottom, but then they were able to break that smoke on a couple of the heroes. They might still get him on the backside of this.
Be bad.
Yeah.
They also took his bounty rune too, so they're gonna get 3 of the bounty runes and likely this kill on Monster.
This is well played by Quincy crew and able to catch 5-man Midas just a little bit flat-footed. I haven't heard that old voice line before. Avoid scared action. But tell me about this Battle Fury build. What's so good about it for Midas right here as he's getting close to finishing off? Why are we going Battle Fury and no longer Radiance?
I think it's just like you can do Radiance. We still see that a lot too. It's nothing too crazy,
Radiant's
but
bottom tower
it just
is
feels
under attack.
I don't know, it feels nicer a little bit. Sometimes there's a lot of like anti-Radiance heroes too. Not this game though. We don't have any like the illusion makers, but LOA just gone, ogre or not. RL wants the int.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's as simple as it looks. I mean, Battle Fury is good on a lot of heroes right now too, and Alk is someone who's happy to like go for all of those same itemizations. I hope he does the S and Y too.
Okay.
But I hope he doesn't instantly disassemble it into the Manta. I saw someone do the God King build recently, and it was not the game for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, just to keep the S and Y and get your BKB, go fight.
Well, I'm not gonna lie with you, Trent. Things are looking pretty freaking good right now for 5-man Midas, and they are gonna get a rupture now onto Monster. He steps outside. The snowball's there afterwards, pulling him in that much deeper, and Ward this entire time. This is a big problem for him. Can they get out with any of these other heroes? Monster's for sure dead. The jump in comes from Quinn, trying to turn it back around. It's not gonna happen. RRL is gonna fall. Leslau cleans it up. Easy peasy for the Bloodseeker.
Yeah, I think when there's no arena and you just staying and sitting there, they just don't have a lot they can do. Like the Sandleads is not threatening right now. That's not even OD's spell. OD's spell is Astral right now, you know? Astral into Hammer. The Sandleads is such an afterthought.
Right. That's just not enough damage at this point at all.
Under attack.
Yeah, and they just don't really have cooldown issues on the side of Quincy crew. Like, what's their big cooldown? Like Rupture? They basically just threaten you at tower with Rupture, and you have to fight them.
Well, certainly not the way that I think 5-man Midas envisioned that whole thing going, but Quincy crew brought numbers. They keep their tier 1 tower alive, though it is pretty heavily injured. And now Quinn, I mean, look at this. He's just going into these areas. Like, he is not afraid at all.
This is his game. Yeah, are well versed in the support duo of the Tusk Ench. We saw it.
Yeah.
And both games, it felt like they had a very hard time. Like they're not really supported to do against any sort of mobility hero. Monster hit a hell of a spear here.
Oh, and can they get it? Okay. Now the combo. This is really good if they can make it happen. Spear comes out. Nice connection, and they will kill Quinn. It cost 4 heroes rotating, but that's still out farming. And now maybe a battle brewing. Okay, silence onto Tusks to start this one off. Let's let it beat into him. We'll find that long duration silence, and eventually he goes down. Still ruptured, has to back away now slowly but surely. They drop down the silence afterwards, still trying to back away. The silence will connect, but there's no follow-up afterwards, as Bloodseeker still needs a bit before he can get to that Atos.
They just feel they're weak without the arena.
Right.
They just walk at them. And I think probably correct. Death though of Quinn will slow down his duels, and that's going to keep him away from the mid lane right now. Oh, he's getting recalled. Yeah, fair enough. He just clears out the one wave. Keeper of the light.
That's why this hero's good. One of the reasons this hero's good.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I mean, DD in both jumps. I think Quinn's going to hop in here in a second. There's still no arena for 25 seconds.
And for that follow-up, you have to be careful.
Oh, the ward at the top.
Yeah.
Spots lies. Oh no. He just wants to farm the neutrals.
That's ulti though. I have people coming.
Heroes coming out there.
I mean, RL, he used his Astral. I don't know if they... And now, away on the backside, has Arena back up at 1. Don't want to use it on just the Ogre, but they will now. It looks like it should be fine here. Shard not fully blocking things off. And now with no arena, maybe Quincy feel like they can go. Dissimulate up high ground. Quinn still got the DD. Lies has still held on his ulti. Gonna pop it now. Monster under getting beat to death. And will end up falling. Silence their bot box onto Lies. He's off this moment, trying to turn back around and find himself a couple kills with his Battle Fury. Can he do any damage? It doesn't really look like it. Snowball, Acer, and will have the longest possible lock. Trying to back now as well. They've lost 2. And Shu will not be fully set.
Bloodseeker is so sad. Man, I need this edge. Annoying hero.
True.
Just can't click her. I mean, not the worst situation. The lead is not as large as I would have expected for Quincy Crew at this point. I mean, okay, never mind. I guess it is. It's just it's an alchemist, so it makes it not look too bad. Oh, it's only a 2K lead. It's like, well, actually,
Right.
worse than that. This alchemist needs a lot of gold to have himself a good game.
I think that last fight did kind of show something though, that like Alk is he's much tankier than at this point, and they don't have like great ways to deal with him yet. Bloodseeker hasn't finished off that spirit vessel, although he is working on it now. Clow has the Atos ready, but the beatdown is going to come. Meanwhile, though, Monster shows up, trying to take down that Ogre. The snowball chase on the other. This is the bigger kill. They secure this finish. Onto the Bloodseeker. This is huge.
Yeah.
They're going to beat him down to death. Ogre
And still running.
They find him. One more punch. Gets the job done.
Greevil's greed stacks going. Up and out.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
And a deny. Nice. Okay. We found something here, mid lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. See, Lies tried to go for the stack. Didn't. Shoot. Ots Quinn and MSS moving into position. They lay on down that solar bind. Will end up going down, actually, as they find the final touch there. Recalling in more. Okay. On afterwards. And the blood right should get when he comes out of the snowball.
The entirety of your existence.
So, game. Very, very, very choppy.
Dire's bottom tower
Weird stuff happening here. Solar bind again. Recalling in another person.
It's like the this flowchart.
And DP's out. Well, that means Alchemist is alone. He has done Yacht to keep him that much tank here, but he's trying to beat the crap out of him.
Is under attack.
Is arena down? No. Do not cross the river. Is arena down? Yes. Cross the river. That's pretty much all they have to do. It's not even like the arena is like guaranteed win on a fight or anything like that. It's just that's the only thing they have. I mean, that's why he knows that when they astral up this Void Spirit or this Bloodseeker, he still has to just arena and Spirit to guarantee the kill even.
Right.
It's not like they can, it's not even a free pickoff. This kill and they can't get anything out of the kill. It's just because they can't hit smoke and go for someone to get a kill because they just had to use a 1v4.
So I'm hearing refractor. That's what. Let me.
But that's the only way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chase Monster. Get him with the box Yules to try and needs slide off in those trees. And the okie doke. Now he's back out of there.
Plays I was envisioning, but we'll take it. Yeah. Monster's making plays nonetheless.
I guess maybe it changes when Lies gets enough network and maybe goes towards an Abyssal Blade or something like that. I don't know.
Big ogre item can get scary, yeah. Jumps in the back line. Well, ogre if the Alchemist is riding upon that is. I mean, ogre for LOA maybe too, but hey, bullwhip.
All right.
Speed.
Nice. And at least for now, I mean, I think the biggest is just these positioning that Quinn some spent where he's not feel at all afraid. Has that Yulester. He's under vision, but as Monster moves over to the side, this ward is going to reveal, and Quinn should just be able to back out afterwards.
There's a Philosopher's Stone in the Radiant neutral stash. Someone get that thing.
True.
Come on. Shoot, you don't even have a neutral item, man.
Yeah. That should definitely happen.
And they just got bullwhip too. Wait, am I looking at the wrong one? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. Sometimes it doesn't refresh. I was probably looking at the wrong one. Oh no, no, that's the right one. Okay.
Midas gets the bounty rune. Quincy crew will get 2 of them on their own right, and Arena laid down. Stun, long duration. Ooh! Drops the hammer, gets the kill. Didn't think that would be enough with the Atos, but they taunt back in. RRL gonna get that. Well, he's thinking about queuing up the Meteor Hammer. That was a little bit wild. Spear afterwards. That's a nice play. And RRL should be able to get out now. No, they get him in time. Well played there by Quinn.
I think he just figured he was dead anyway, so he might as well try and hit Quinn. Maybe if I perfectly time it,
right,
I can do something. But Arena was down. They used it. They got their 1 kill, and then they chase. The formula never fails.
It's true.
MSS is up to try and push away. He sees where Lies is, because again, they keep having this pillar warded, like the whole game. I mean, they're chasing after him, but they can't really do anything. I assume he wanted to go and grab the wave, but instead the Lelis TP top, so farm for the Coddle. Speaking of which, Lelis also almost done that Spirit Vessel to go with the Coddle Ags, which I think is done.
Okay. Super farm
MSS.
Yeah, that's what we saw from Snaking before too. I guess like if you're playing this Coddle, you can sort of spam out Illuminates every now and then, and you know, be relatively farmed, almost doubling up the Ogre, the next support.
It felt like they at least sacked their core last time though, right? Like DNM got really poor because of the space given to the Coddle, but instead everyone's just farmed for Quincy crew right now. Is they smoke near this ward coverage? Yeah, I think they saw this.
Well, up on the high ground.
Not helping much.
Finding one. Shu is there. Meanwhile, Yule's Scepter lift up. This could be a self-stun here. No, the Yule's ends up working out in their favor. Arena down onto 2. Buyback coming from Shu. They turn now, try and take down the Will-O-Wisp. Is going to get the finish touch on it. Monster. They have another angle here off to the side. Aegster's dead over on the other side of it. And anybody else besides the Ogre, and again that was for the Arena, and now Quinn jumps into all of them. Oh man's snagging him Scepter himself as the silence is out onto several, tries to chase down Monster, and they will find that Atos. After the OD dies, there's not much less stopping him from running in that much further forward. As the silence is let down, Monster still hit by it. The Solar Bind is there, and Quincy crew just too strong at this 22-minute mark.
Yeah, not letting up the chase. At least Lies is still farming. I mean, we gotta give that. It's something. If they can get him into a decent spot in these fights, it kind of feels like he's gonna need that Blink or Abyssal, unfortunately, to really get in, you know, and you know, at that point the game might just be over. It also is into a vacuum game pretty, but that's sort of what happens in the Alchemist, and you're playing from behind. They just absorb a lot of farm, but they take the easy and the hard farm because they farm it so fast.
Right.
And so everyone else just gets left with nothing. RL's just like meter hammering one neutral camp. It's like, yes, finally, I might get a BKB.
Something for him. And I mean, Lies is going to
Look at these TPs.
Yeah, they're all on him. They have an idea of exactly where Lies is. And the Atos from downtown, they find him. He has the BKB TP. And that will get him out this time. But man, oh man, that's a tough one. Losing that BKB for that. And now mid, we got Aegster. Another death here as the double dissimulate, or Resonant Pulse rather, comes out.
Oh, there's a blink on Monster now.
Okay.
So he can set up the ideal arena theoretically.
And it is almost BKB done on OD. If they can wait for that BKB with the BKB done on Lies, maybe there's a chance there. Working their way towards the AC. It's getting down to the wire though. Yule Scepter used. The sleep is used. The Spouse down, and Monster. He is going to drop the blink. Did not save him there.
There's Aegster needs to find the Coddle. That's like his new goal in life with his medallion, I think.
Okay.
He's hoping that he could almost kill him himself. Like, it would be close. A level 4 tag team and only 7 armor. But unfortunately, someone else far more important is in trouble.
Lies. Have a TP. He does have BKB though. Things get really testy. Silence onto him. Needs to pop it now. Pops the BKB. Nowhere left to go though, and he just has to back out. I mean, they have to leave now. You can't stick around any longer.
Yeah, Quinn is not scared.
They're going in. They've got Shu, and that's the sacrifice that's going to be left behind. Wow. This has completely fallen off the rails these past couple of minutes. Quincy crew just firing on all cylinders.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that looked really solid. And then the 5-man Midas are just around the map trying to find some farm. In the yo, courier. Nice. There goes the Hurricane Pike.
Well done.
Got him.
And that's a signal to get the hell out of here.
Radiant's
it was gold to get BKB. All right.
That's true.
It's smoke time. This is our moment. All right, Acer, you blow up the Coddle. Hit him with a couple whammies. He's gone. We need an arena on the Drow.
This could be big. This could be big. They get the arena onto both of them. Coddle found. Coddle maybe gonna die right at the start of this fight. Can they get him in time? They will. Now wants to jump onto Ywar. Stun goes out with a BKB reaction. Ywar was so ready for that. BKB out from RL. Drops the hammer. Kills off one. Slough dead. But now, LOA and Ywar gonna try and chase him down. Shu moves over to the side as well. Can they run back in and do something here? I don't think so. Alka's not in position. I mean, there's no BKB on the others, but it's super scary.
All right, well, considering that was a Aegis fight for the Dire, that's amazing.
Yeah.
They got twice as much gold, but 1,200 more XP in the trade. And as long as they don't lose any structures, then, well, they're probably going to lose the tier 2 bottom anyway, so it's fine.
Radiant's bottom tower
And they got something. And that's nice. And unfortunately, there is still another, like, 2 minutes on this Aegis for Ywar, so they could probably push the tier 2 if they want, since it's so low. And it also just means that it uses the potential for Monster to jump, because we've talked a lot about this arena and the importance of it, which means that you basically can't burn it on the Aegis. So that's why that last one was so good, because he did grab the supports, like you said.
Radiant's bottom
Well, and this next item that comes out, I think, is sort of the ultimate area that
Radiant
you're trying to get into as the Alk, right? The Abyssal Blade is coming up next. If he can get into that before this next Roche, which feels unlikely, but I guess hypothetically it's possible. Maybe that's going to be the big fight that they want to take, but they need to keep dodging. They can't get caught here. They still have that Aegis on Drow. So everything to defend lies. Monster playing very aggressive here, and goes for the arena. I don't know about this one. Fear is going to connect though. Okay, maybe a chance to sleep afterwards though. Up on the high ground, this is deadly. They're committing super hard, trying to take down that Bloodseeker, and they're losing the rest of their team. The slowdown comes. Lies now trying to back out. BKB used on RL. Doesn't have his ulti. Quinn turned upon. Wants to do some extra damage here if it's all possible. But RL pulled back in, and will only be able to Astro himself to try and get away. That was not the fight that they wanted. Too hard of a commitment.
Yeah, they had a lot of vision in the area. I'm not sure if he just thought that was going to go better for them based off of that, or what. But yeah, I would say a little ambitious, as he said. It's also just the fact that they have this giant counter to the arena now. Arena goes down, and we just throw out the Will-O-Wisp.
Right.
60-second cooldown. Arena is only going to be 60 as well soon, so it's just every single time that Coddle's alive, it can be there. And now, he's not alive.
Oh, no, BKB, it's 8 seconds away, and the silences mean he will not get out. That is a backbreaker. Oof.
Radiant's middle tower.
We got the Kaya Sanj done for Void Spirit. Ywar finishes off his Hurricane Pike and is going now for Scotty. Another one of those answers to the regen coming from the Alchemist. And OD, quick little DC. Hopefully comes back into here soon, but this is looking really rough to recover from at this point.
Yeah, it's the real talk time is that Quincy crew need to go high ground without an Aegis, and also have some stellar play from 5-man Midas. Even if they went without an Aegis, I don't think it's just like, oh, yeah, it's like free fight, they need Aegis. Like, they don't really need the Aegis, I don't think, here, but probably should, with how league play works and how important every win is. Do not want to throw away a sure victory just by getting lazy and trying to end it fast.
Right.
There's no permanent or late threat here, in my eyes, to Quincy crew. With the way the economy is scaling, it is very unlikely that they're going to be able to find too many big plays in a row here.
Well, and I think that it's really important to keep in mind again, like the relative experience difference between these two rosters, and like I think you're probably right that Quincy Crew is unlikely to try and go high ground and push the tempo that much quicker. It feels like it's much more likely to be just sort of that slow shut down the map, close out the areas, and make sure that they can't get their game going. But that was a tough one for sure. That last fight right there, getting the outcaught outside of the base, and we do have a reconnect now, so hopefully we'll be getting back underway in just a moment. But at least for now, 5-man Midas needing to reflect and likely go on a lot of dodges. Or they are just going to go high ground and we don't know what we're talking about. That's a possibility too.
Yeah. Sometimes it just looks easy.
That's fair. And they blow up Monster.
Oh, that's no good.
Jump in, balance afterwards. BKB is available, but can't get it off. Snowball only pulling them deeper into the pain train that is the Quincy Crew lineup. And as you said, sometimes it just makes it a little bit easy for them to go high ground and possibly come close to taking this first set of racks, as 4 heroes are dead. And man, oh man, Trent, this is a tough one.
Yeah, I think Alex had buyback that he actually bought out, if I'm not mistaken, because I saw him queue up just the Philosopher's Stone when he was dead, and I looked and I was like, oh, he has buyback, but then he threw it on himself.
Got it.
Which is a great move, by the way. That does work, and I don't see enough people abuse it. So if no one wants your Philosopher's Stone, put it in your inventory when you're dead, and you gain the gold.
It's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bloodlusted drought. That's devastating. Scotty done.
Yeah, we have not talked about Uwire this game because he's just been a quiet backliner, just killing everything. But there's a lot of good synergies with him this game. Blood Rage and Bloodlusted. This was a strat for a while.
Yeah, all the blood.
Nature attendant.
Dude, and look at this shoot, just getting clipped. Oh no. And the jump in. They find him. Dead Enchantress. Buys back on Enchantress. Dead Monster in just a moment, maybe. Maybe he can live a little bit longer. Lies actually got the turn on and takes down the Ogre. A very frustrating situation, I'm sure, for 4-0 LOA. But the taunt pulls back into Lies. Good shot afterwards, doing a good chunk of damage. But Lasau has found himself a shoe, and it will kill off that shoe. As more and more carnage in the Radiant base, they just can't get away. Snowball's the only option. That's pulling you a little bit closer. And
oh, he doesn't even get the connection.
Yeah, that feels bad. Damn, dude. GG. Good play by Quincy Crew. Very clean match.
Yeah, it really was. There were signs there though. From 5-man Midas. I mean, parts of it went all right. You know, the laning stage wasn't horrendous. First couple movements were pretty good. The catch on Uwire. First kill of the game was on Uwire. More farm to the Alchemist than I would have suspected, but the main flaw in the broken cog in this machine was probably just out of the mid, like not able to really get a game for RRL down the OT. Shut
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Enchantress.
Radiant team pick.
Mirana.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Rubik.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Invoker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Crystal Maiden. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Admiral Conker.
Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Bristleback.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I mean, when you look at a
Quincy
Bristle,
Crew
the things that I think of are Mana Burn, which they don't have anything right now. There's Break, which they don't technically have anything, but you could get a Silver Edge on technically Kunkka. It doesn't feel that good anymore. And then Spirit Vessel, which I assume Kunkka will build regardless. But I feel like you need more than just the Spirit Vessel these days.
You can always go for some just like Terrorblade PL. Like PL would be good because you, like you mentioned, have the Mana Burn, but like Terrorblade is just because the high armor, Naga as well, like these high armor heroes just will not die to a Bristle in lane because the effective HP you're gonna get from those stick charges, like he's never gonna do enough damage to kill you. I think you definitely want to go with the high armor guy here, for sure.
Have you guys seen the Kunkka shard yet? The tidal wave or whatever it's called.
Commander.
Ugh.
I have. Yeah.
Let's just pretend this hero was not picked. Ugh.
That's a good Legion pick though. I mean, like look at the heroes it's against. You can dispel the Frostbite, you can dispel Cold Snap, you can dispel Arrow.
See, that
and
is
also
the problem.
Bristleback to face forward, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's a classic Bristle counter actually. Like it counters every single one of these heroes in some regard. The only problem is like if you get caught by a tornado EMP, it's literally all your mana. Like there are no items you can reasonably get where that's not all of your mana.
All right, Ice Frog, I know you're watching. I'm going to plead to you for the millionth time. Please redesign this hero.
Oh my god.
Press the attack should not be the reason that people pick this hero, okay? This is not like duel is one of the coolest spells in the game, both in its action and if you actually result in getting damage for regardless of which team gets it. It's amazing. Please press the attack, put it on a different hero, redesign her. Thank you. Bring her back her horse as well.
Do you think Legion Commander is better in Artifact than she is in Dota?
She's decent in Artifact, yes. Okay. And there's no press the attack either.
Legion Commander, in my opinion, is really just like the King Kong of Dota.
10 seconds.
God,
Here we go.
5 seconds.
A lot of people didn't see the trailer, by the way. A lot of people didn't see the trailer. Godzilla is the villain, believe it or not. I know that he hasn't been in the past, but they want to switch things up. You know, they don't want the same old garbage storyline every time.
NADPC brought to you by Godzilla vs. King Kong trailer out now. Go check it out. Free publicity there. As we circle into our final pickups now, the final bans. A couple of juicy cores taken off the table inside of Quincy Crew. They get rid of the Morph. They get rid of His Majesty, the Wraith King. An anti-mage getting taken off the table. They really fear the mana burn on this one. And you know, it's been a Yawar pickup in the past, but yeah, PL's still out there. So, and I like that option when Jenkins brought it up. But,
okay. Well, you have a lot of okay, the Ags is really good this game. You can dispel a mega shit ton of spells on yourself.
Yeah.
And you can actually take off Alacrity, I believe, from them. Io, last pick.
Core Io.
Wow.
Or is it, maybe it's Core Marana? Lies does play Core Marana. Oh, Core Io. Okay.
Okay. I want to see this. Let's go, 5-man Midas. I'm rooting for 5-man Midas. I don't care. Core IO. Gentlemen, what do you want?
I'm rooting for that, but I already picked Quincy Crew before the game started. I'm a man of my word. Will Jenkins copy me again?
I did actually run the calculations here on my PC Spectrum calculator, and it does indeed look like Quincy Crew has this one. They have the advantage in the laning states, the advantage in the mid game. I think that's going to carry them through.
All right, let's see if Quincy Crew can get it done, or if 5-man Midas have some fun planned for us here in game number 2. Let's send it over to Trent and Lyrical after the break.
10 seconds remaining.
Make sure there's a break first.
I got it. This bio is really hype.
Back. Okay, I think we're back there, bud. I think we might have missed our warning there. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hey.
How's it going? Yeah. But...
Unbelievable.
Okay,
hello.
Cool.
Welcome back,
drop in.
Welcome back. We got a game number 2 on our hands. I was just looking something up because there's a lot of interesting things going on in this game for Quincy Crew, for 5-man Midas. The most interesting thing, obviously, is going to be that core IO. And this is something we actually saw in the Southeast Asia region. One of the very first games that Fnatic played, they're playing against T1. Raven went the core IO, and they dominated. They looked amazing. You had so much regen. I think you had 35,000 healing in that game. And it was off the back of a couple of heroes that like try and focus in on one. So whether it's a dual target and troll beating somebody in this game from Quincy Crew or what have you, there's going to be a lot of healing out there. What do you think of it, Trent?
Yeah, I've gotten to see it a couple times. I think it's pretty cool for a couple of reasons in this game, most notably the IO and the bristleback. But yeah, I mean, even the CM aura is kind of neat, right? You're like stacking a lot of mana transfer all across this bristleback, so he should never run out of mana.
True.
At some point. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, it's fairly similar to the past core IO. It's not really much different. You still have the Egg Scepter with the spawning ones, and then you have the Helm of the Dominator.
Right. So the big difference that we did see before was that Heart is now getting picked up at a little bit of an earlier time, which I think is pretty cool for an item pickup. And of course, you can also go things like Holy Lock if you want. Definitely don't have to.
The battle begins.
He actually already has Helm Ags queued up, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's gonna be the build, but still, it's like, yeah, I know how to do this.
Right.
Pretty easy.
True enough.
I could need regen or anything. That's ridiculous.
But as far as the mid matchup, we're seeing Quinn walk on out with the Admiral. Gonna go up against a Quas Wex Invoker. This could be a bit of a rough laning stage for RRL. This is a classic, really bad matchup, I think. Kunkka against Invoker.
Yeah, you're hoping for the rotation plays as the Invoker to make your game. It's not gonna come out of the lane per se.
Right.
You don't really have a lot of advantages at all in the lane, right? Like that's the main thing. Well, what do you have going your way? He's got the damage. He can TP home. He has easier setup for rotations than you do at the earlier levels.
Right. We did just see there as we're watching down bottom, but RRL was able to secure a last hit by using Cold Snap to interrupt Quinn's animation. So that's something at the very least, but it's not something you can like sort of get constantly or super reliably.
Yeah, he has Aegster though on the Mirana. Maybe that'll come into play.
Okay.
That is one way you could turn this, right? One stray arrow, perhaps, to create something.
True. We'll see how that one goes for sure. But meanwhile, in these other side lanes, up top, you can tell that the constant regen's going to be coming out where Shu can maybe pass over a Tango to Lies or what have you, and they can trade off some regen there. But so far, 2-1 versus Lislau, who's already gotten a pretty nice little chunk of last hits going in their favor, and they managed to secure the side pole as well. Very difficult for CM to come over and contest that pole with MSS and Lislau in the lane.
Yeah, I would pass on that. I think from CM.
Yeah.
CM's I don't know. She's such a middle of the road support in every way. Like I do like her. I think that she's like overall still a very good support, especially in like pubs and everything. But she doesn't do anything like particularly well in the laning stage unless she has that right kind of partner. And I isn't really one of them. You think of like your kill heroes or something.
Right.
That's where CM can really shine with like a Crystal Nova slow into like a Jug Spin or whatever. Your classic like high early damage. And meanwhile, their couriers are just getting picked off by MSS with a deep ward there. That's essentially just a courier killing ward back there.
Yeah, and if they can deny us,
so popular. Yeah, when the couriers first came out, everyone did this. Remember?
Yeah.
Like they constantly had this warded.
Nature's Prophet position 4.
Oh my god, is he gonna get this one too?
Ooh, he's running for it. It's so slow.
Look at the little penguin now.
Oh, run away.
It's like patch day all over again.
Dude, that is devastating because right now the regen, I mean, I guess CM still has some, but yeah, MSS is putting in work.
Good voice line for it.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad killing this small innocent penguin with a backpack. But he doesn't.
No.
Almost, he says.
Cold-blooded assassin. And we haven't really talked about it all that much. As you can see, there's some battle going on there for the side pull potential. They can keep on interrupting. Down bottom, Monster's not having the easiest time in the world on this bristleback. As Lies, again, just taking those right clicks, continuing from MSS, and they can't really even chase. But Aegster's going to be pressured back a little bit here as Monster picks up his bottle. And there is still that one bounty route up on the high ground, actually, if they want to retreat back and fill their bottle.
Oh, that is nice. That's actually still saved too. And looks like Aegster is coming for the big play. Unfortunately, there is a ward. So if he was to rotate to the mid lane, it would be spotted, and he's actually already on his way back anyway. So maybe Monster needs the assistance here. He's only level 2. Elevate's level 3 right now. Oh, there's the third for Monster.
Okay, and damage gets it. First blood drawn. Aegster will be able to find the follow-up kill afterwards onto Enchantress, but losing the bristle is never good. And I mean, that was with him going a point in bristleback.
Oh no, the ward again. No, please.
Dude. Oh my god.
Oh, ward, sentry, raindrops, and a sound.
Dude, they're pissed. They're so mad. They're so angry. Get the hell over here, Midas. We're gonna take you down as the chase is coming, but still living for the moment.
Right. Now, if he loops back, he can get this courier coming out too. The penguin's coming back.
Dude, you know he's going for it. If they can get that, that's like all the regen. That's everything.
All right, he now sees there. Is he gonna go?
Dude, he's definitely going. MSS, get out there. Get on your horse.
No way, he can't get there.
No.
I want to believe.
They'll let something pass through.
Yeah.
The embargo has ended.
Yeah.
The prize is mine.
Well, Igster does run over, pick up the bounty rune real quickly to refill the bottle. Gonna go for a stack play at the same time. Does she manage to get them both just outside of range on that top one? It's not an easy thing to get.
Man, it's crazy that MSS was so low and they still couldn't even contest the bounty rune. So I guess that they're getting the 2 down bottom, they're not as bothered by it.
I guess part of the problem is just that like Lai's movement speed is still limited by the CMs as well.
Yeah.
Too, right? Like, kind of sucks.
Yeah, actually the fast one in the equation.
Right.
Not usually good news for your pairing. All right, well, the X is starting off. There's a tomato coming through.
And RL gets hit there. That level 6 from Quinn, so devastating. And all they need is that one rotation from Enchantress to make sure it works. And across all the lanes, they're just losing it ever so slightly. With mainly, I guess, Bristleback not having that great of a time too.
You know what I love is that Quinn also had his dust ready. How many times does the Invoker get away with the first, you know?
Yeah.
Happens all the time, still, in pro matches. But Quinn was ready for it. I mean, double value anyway, because there's Moran on the enemy team, so eventually you're going to get some value out of this no matter what. As
Very true.
LOA is still in here. Not too concerned about his positioning, I guess.
Yeah, it takes away some creeps as well. He's going to leave. This is awesome. Look at what he left in that hard camp over there as well for the Enchantress. So it's just one small creep that's left in the area.
Very rude.
Another X doesn't have mana yet for the boat, but the Torrent is going to connect with MSS moving in. They dodge the arrow, tries to get him, the chase down, the beat down. This is a rough Invoker game, my dudes. Oh
man, that angle.
With the tiebreaker, and one more hit comes, a double kill. LOA, put it up.
I mean, he even had more leaps. I think he just thought he was good. He didn't want to burn them.
And up top, Laslau takes down the kill onto Shu. The freaking Io couldn't keep him alive. Things are falling off the rails super quickly here because Quincy crew are damn good at Dota.
Ooh.
Dire's middle tower is under
Goodness. Bristle, you get another stack off here? What do you got? You got just the one double?
Yeah. Yeah, they blocked the camp. That one hurts. That one hurts. That's your catch-up mechanic, right?
Yep. I mean, that's your whole strat, pretty much, is you get like a quad or quintuple stack of Ancients and throw it on your Bristle. Usually you need Vanguard to farm it, but with help of the IO, you can just do it. As if this game wasn't hard enough, LOA now has the bird dancing down bottom.
Yeah.
The Tornado's coming through, Twister Alley, and they're going to use that to help push this tower.
And the slowdown. I mean, he's level 5.
Tornado.
The tornado. The slow, steady burn down.
Tower is under attack.
Ugh. And another round of them not being able to get the D ward on the Ancients. So I think that needed to be clarified that, you know, this was blocked off, but
Dire's middle
does not happen. And the continued acceleration of Parma, 3,000 gold lead is a duel up top yet again, finding the finish. They managed to take him down. MSS, one that secures the kill, but it's Slough that gets the duel damage.
Once more. 20 already. You know the Wild Wing Tempest has a attack speed slow of 15, because I didn't.
I didn't know that either.
There you go, guys.
Igster hits an arrow, secures the kill. That's an earn charge, but no more cold snap right now. Means they won't be able to go on to Quinn, who's still standing very tall here. Actually gonna exit
right now.
toward him, but didn't get the Tidebringer hit. Just showing him who's boss.
Yeah, just a little tease of what could be happening.
In the meantime, Liza's gonna get his first item now, picking up the Helm of the Dominator, so he no longer is gonna have to just tether to the CM and walk around super slow. Down a ward. Shu spots the Torrent, realizes I am not safe here, and going to leave. This ancient camp still not blocked, or still blocked here rather.
Dire's
And UR has the exact same game again. we're just never gonna see him. his game is just secured. You know, hit some creeps. I won my lane. You guys go win the game. Thanks.
Well, he's going Yasha instead though, so it does look like he's trying to get involved early.
Hey, he just doesn't want to be bored. It's just like, guys, I want to play too.
RL can't quite get him. The EMP combo annoying to deal with. Bottles through it. Now on the high ground, they will get a bottle refill onto Monster.
Nicely.
And this can't be, I mean, at the 10-minute mark, it's still going to be blocked out. Eggster has to go for another jump away, but they're just, I mean, they're just being hounded. They're in this area and they can't leave. Where to farm?
The Enches look particularly obnoxious this game, I will say. He's got the Ice Armor creep now too.
Yeah. They will get the Ancients unblocked now, so they'll have a respawn there at least at the 11-minute mark.
Dire's top tower.
Another X. There is the boat afterwards. Sent out, so it's going to combo together perfectly. Getting some vision. Dead again. RL not able to deal with it.
Dire's top tower.
They are so good right now on Quincy Crew.
Yeah. I mean, you have one hero holding down each side lane, and then you're just trio in the mid, and that's it. That's their Dota right now. They're tri-laning mid at 10 minutes pretty much. They're just forcing this tower down. Zero threat on the Troll or the Legion, so they're just gaining a crazy amount of gold everywhere, and that's why the lead's already at 6k.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really, really good right now for Quincy Crew. And 5-man Midas, they might need to get 5 Midases to catch back up. And then just be left alone for like 20 minutes.
It's a pretty solid plan, I think.
Yeah.
Smoke Eggs, perhaps...
under attack.
Need to be coming out here soon. Eggster has had a pretty hard game too. I mean, he's gotten both of their kills, but perhaps not the amount of rotations you'd hope for, not the gold towards the Yules he's gonna need. I think him and Shu just gotta YOLO it a little bit here.
Right. Yeah, they definitely need to.
It's either that or they're counting on some big tornado mid if they all push too much, and that could have been it, but unfortunately the duel was a connection, and so that's just over.
Well, that is, they're no longer tri-laning mid. There's 4 heroes mid now, and they kill that Invoker easy as can be. More dual damage towards Legion Commander as bottom, Yawara's just taking the tier 1 tower for free. They are not under any illusions about a lack of strength. They are incredibly strong right now, and they miss on the torrent, but still pressure moving in towards mid. An 8,000 gold lead now at 12 minutes.
Look what's happening though. Like the Ench is grabbing the creeps next to the tower and just pulling them over to her. They have no top jungle. They're in the triangle. Oh, it's Lois. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you walking? I'm like, get out of here. Get back. My jungle.
And they're not afraid. I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of, really. I guess with Monster now, they need to.
There we go.
This is something they needed. Oh, wait.
Oh my God, that
wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, though. This is Danger Town. Look out, everybody. You are showed up. They're going to get a dual victory. And now looking for more lies. Not tethered up to Monster, but still chasing people down a little bit. Battle is kind of broken apart as Monster is going to back out of there. Looking for the torrent. Can't quite connect, but does hit onto the creep at the very least, and now it's stolen away. Yeah, she can steal helm creeps. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't be that much of a problem, honestly, because the helm cooldown's 45, so if she does that, you can just like grab it back, and then she'd have to wait another like at least 16, even if it's max level. So it's not like a super hard counter, but it is kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well, they're keeping the lead steady at least at 8,000. Not great, but you got to work with what you can do.
It's just a lot of like empty gold still on the side of Quincy Crew, though. They haven't even like bought some of their next round of items, and they're still just running at you. Like there's no blade mill yet or anything.
There you go.
Kunkka only has a Sange, so he hasn't even gotten like his active item whenever he chooses, be it that BKB most likely.
The wraparound is coming. They're scouting things out right now with the Legion illusion. They catch onto RL. He's in a lot of trouble. Leslau walks forward, finds the IO, and they're going to try and blow him up. Arrow comes out afterwards. It's not enough for the dual victory, but they still will kill Lies. And Shu now gonna get the ulti stolen by the Rubik as Tidebringer comes on through, and
oh yeah, there it is, the Arcana one.
It's not quite enough damage though. Torrent again hits onto Shu as they beat into Monster. Clow press the attack, still walking forward. Torrent is gonna not follow as he already had it used. Again, it's just like the slow, steady push into 5-man Midas, and they don't have enough damage to stop it. Like, if it wasn't for this Bristle, this game would already be over because he's the only one that can kind of stand out.
One kill, and they did 6,500 damage. Did I just read that right? That's what it said.
Yeah, that's
in and out, in and out.
The IO. Also, oh monster. He's dead. Ekster now also in some trouble. MSS got his eyes on Shu. Punch it into him with that cold snap. Not enough damage though.
Well, I think this all started when MSS killed those couriers. That was the game right there.
I'll argue with you about that one. All right, Lies. He gets away. Quinn looking for more. MSS jumping. Get vision. Flip. Boom. Hello again. Duel? Oh, doesn't have enough cooldown. Disarm. Chase. Almost gets him. Takes him down. Ekster wants to finish off MSS. Leaping forward. He can't find the angle.
Oh, no.
Get it. Lies. They're dodging it. They're taking it up, but it's not going to happen. So they will kill MSS. They're on the board.
Oh, they've got
Meanwhile, Shu dies and Duel's back up again, and they're going to kill off that Bristle. Lies is coming on back to the grave afterwards. And that is about all she wrote. It is looking rough. GG called. Yeah, 16 minutes. I don't know what else you do at that point.
I respect the calling of the GG.
Yeah.
They just lost this one. Lost the side lanes, lost the mid lane. There was one hero holding down each while a trio pushed your tower and you couldn't stop them. So at that point, the game's essentially just over. Like, unless you have some crazy item coming out with a big 5-man wombo combo or something that's going to propel you to victory, it's just, it will be a not so slow burnout when it's Quincy Crew.